like fading out effect with either it can be like portraits or any type of objects or things you want in your photo. So basically, this is like the outcome of your final photo that you'll turn in. Okay, so I'm gonna just turn that off because that was a demonstration from before. We can leave it open. All right, so yeah, what I want you to do is you'll just kind of like look up a portrait on the internet. So just look up portraits. Just type in portraits and just find like a portrait that you want to use, or you can use like your own portraits too. If you have like any portrait photos on your phones, you can use that as well. But just remember, like on the internet though, make sure to click on the image and make sure to find like a high res picture. So they're pixelated like this, then don't use that one. And again, you want to find like pictures where it's kind of like easy to cut out. You guys are intermediate photography, so you guys should know how to pick and choose the proper images for your practice today. So I'm going to kind of go quickly with this video just because I don't want it to spend too much time on it. But let me see. There's actually a photo I wanted to use for the specific one. Let's see. I think it was under demonstrations. Nope. It's from other class. A photo demonstration. Okay. So I'm going to use this picture here. So all you're going to do is just find your portrait, and we're just going to click and drag this into Photoshop to use. Oops. Oh. So just click and drag into Photoshop. I'm just gonna open up as a new picture. So all you're gonna do is use the quick selection tool. You're gonna select your portrait. So it's almost like the same process with how you guys did your other projects before, like the double exposure photos. We're gonna have to cut out the portrait in order to get this to work properly. So I'm just clicking, dragging, highlighting my portrait. Take your time with the hair, especially if you have like really intricate hair. You really do want to make sure you grab every little strand that you can. Oops, a little too much. Command Z, undo. Command Z. Oops. That part's hard to select, so I might use the negative to deselect it. Still got that same problem here. Okay, let me grab that strand. So I'm actually gonna grab these little in-between strands here just to. It's not letting me do that. Alright, it's fine though. I might just not include that strand of hair there. Okay, so I'm gonna do selected mask. This looks pretty good though. I'm just gonna do selected mask here. And we're just gonna kind of clean up the hair a little bit more. Hopefully you didn't choose a picture that had like so much hair like this one here, but again, this really just shows you how effective the Photoshop tools are with cutting out the pictures of the hair, getting out the strands of hair that you don't need. So get these open areas. Again, I lost that one strand. I just can't get that strand of hair. That's not a big deal though. Okay, so this looks pretty good though. What we got here. Alright, so, and again, just make sure your settings are correct. This should be on overview with the red. Make sure to click on decontaminate colors to help to refine edges even more. And then output should say new layer with layer mask. And just remember the settings. So click OK, and then you have your cutout of the portrait. Alright, so one thing you got to do with some of your portrait photos though is you may have to recrop your picture. So I'm actually going to recrop it this way a little bit more, just because I want the part to fade out to the right side of the picture. But you can choose either left or right. I'm just going to do it on the right side of the picture. Okay, so we're going to crop her in on the right side. Maybe I might want to use rule of thirds. So maybe I'll just color out her hand a little bit. And then we're going to add like a background to it. So just in between your background layer, you're going to create a new layer. Get to that background color. And we're going to create a background color. So just to make it look nice, so I would just do like a gradient. You can do this yellow red one if you wanted to. Oh yeah, just be really careful though when you guys are cutting out your pictures, because on the edges it always doesn't cut out for some reason. So just make sure to go over your mask and just color it black. Change this to 100 here. So I'm gonna color it black, and your back, and then just make a gradient for your background. So I might actually use like the same colors that's on our tones. So the way we do that though, you just double click on it. I would just click on the colors. I might get this dark blue here for the gradient. It's the same color to the dark blue. And then in the middle, I might do like a lighter blue. And I'm just grabbing the same colors that are on here. Try to get a lighter tone of that one. Yeah, that's pretty good. I might actually push it a little bit lighter. So it's a pretty good gradient here. And I'm just going to redraw the gradient. So let me try this one here. Oops. You can do like a circle one too. I'm going to have to invert the colors. So you reverse it, you can get like up. You have to play around with it though. I don't know why it's doing this weird like whole thing. It's doing like a donut whole thing. I don't know why. It's probably because of the gradient that I have. So let me actually get rid of one of these colors. I'm just gonna do like one here, one there. I'm gonna get rid of this color here, and yeah, there we go. So let me just kind of play around with it. Actually, let me do it this way. So like she's like kind of like the center. Let me just do the other one just to keep it simple. So we'll do like a kind of like a dark blue to like that blue there. Yeah, looks good. Alright, so yeah, now I have my background set up, my gradients here, so or my picture cut out. So we're gonna duplicate this layer, and I actually want to duplicate it 2 times just because it's actually pretty easy to mess up on this if you don't know what you're doing. So I would just make 2 duplicate copies. You can title it. One's gonna be the original. In case you mess up, you can always go back to your original. And then these 2 are going to be like what you're going to use to create your picture. Alright, so this one's going to be the, we'll call it like inside portrait. And then we can tell this one outside portrait. Okay, but in order to create the effect though, you're basically going to have like an outside part and an inside part. So for the outer part though, we're going to drag the layer mask to the trash bin. So you're gonna drag the layer mask to the trash bin. So it's gonna ask you, apply mask layer before removing, and you want to click apply. So basically, we combine your layer mask with the actual picture.